Today is June 30th, 2026. We're going to start on our economic calendar. We have news at 9 a.m. New York time. CB Consumer Confidence and then Jolt's job opening. We won't take a trade until after that. Close that. And then we're going to go up to our higher time frame. So 1 day, or I'm sorry, let's go 1 month. Again, we've been working into this down close candle all week and as of last week as well. 1 week. Again, a whole lot of back and forth, but we're working out of this weekly busy from as of May 18th and then June 8th. 1 day we wicked up into this daily civvy. So, and then we'll go up to down to 15-minute. And you see we wicked up into this daily civvy. This is my buy side. This is my sell side. We have another buy side up here. All right, there's that. I mean, we could also mark this one out as well. This one from June 26. It's a singular high. Then we'll go up, back up to the 4 hours, see where we're operating in here. So this is the 4-hour chart. We're wicking into a 4-hour civvy. 1 hour. Same thing. 1, 2, I guess it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wicking into the 1 hour civvy. Sell side, buy side imbalance. This is my buy side liquidity. Then I got a sell side liquidity resting there. This also can be a sell side, but we'll mark it out on the smaller time frame. And yesterday, I wanted to see buy side ran. The initial move, we did not get it. Not when I thought we were going to. But then as soon as we closed the screen, after it ran the Asian low, we ran up there and took the buy side. So this was yesterday. We ran this Asian low. Again, my target was up here. This right here. I want to see this ran. And it ran it at 12:45. And mind you, I closed down here. I mean, I took something out. I'm okay with that. Did I want the bigger move? Of course. Of course. But wasn't guess wasn't at the time I was looking for it. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna be a little more patient. Video may be a little longer, but I want to see if I can get to one of these buy side or sell sides. And then as I see it, we got relative equal lows resting down here. We've been running highs all week. We ran this high. The next high I would like to see ran is this one. But I would imagine we'd go run one of these to go higher. So that's what I'm looking for today. Then we got all these lows down here. And again, it's June 30th, 2026. We ran the London high this morning at 7:53 a.m. Then ran the London low at 8:30, so an hour later went and took the low. So I'd like to see these ran first, and then maybe working in here. But again, we'll see what the market presents, see how it trades this morning. I'm going to try and be a little more patient on entering my trade and then holding a little longer to my exit or my target profit. That's the goal for today. So basically, I'm looking for one clean trade. Since I want these buy sides up here, I'm going to see if we can focus on longs. But ideally, I'd like to see something lay over this right here. So that's what I want to go long into. And depending on what lays over it will determine, what we do next. So I would like to see a down close candle lay over it and it go for these lows and this continue to be the high, or it could be a green candle laying over it, retraced in the top half and continue to go higher. That's what we're looking for this morning as it sits, at least. Oh, excuse me. Again, I need to work on being patient and holding to targets. That's the goal today. $15-minute chart. Well, we have one SIBI, and then we have another SIBI up in here. So we'll see how we operate in these two to determine if we go higher or lower. But again, as it sits, I would imagine Asian low and then maybe the New York lunch low from yesterday, because we're pretty efficient. And then these are the only inefficiencies that I can see until we start working down in here. Little one down here. And we got our opening bell here in the next, should be coming up here shortly, 15 seconds. And then we've been consolidating in regular trading hours. So I would expect expansion. So all markets start in expansion. And don't have much of an opening range gap either so far. Low, opening range gap high. Yeah, there's not much of an opening range gap. Then we'll go quarters. And we just tagged consequent encroachment, which is halfway. So I want to see if we can get up here to this buy side. Minimum halfway of this daily SIBI. So I'd have to mark, that's buy side liquidity. And Got one more right here. Buyside liquidity. And again, we're in consolidation. Low to high. OTE. I miss. Again, I don't like trading right at the open. Not my favorite. So if we're going to go higher, I'd like to see retracement somewhere down into here somewhere to get us up to these two. Again, I want to see something lay over this daily SIBI. Which is this right here. That's what I'm looking for. See if we can get something to lay over that. And again, we can't neglect a higher time frame. And we won't neglect a higher time frame, or try not to. So we blew past both of those SIBIs on the 15-minute chart. Oh, that's wrong screen. So 1, 2. As of right now, like I said, I like these highs up here. But if we don't get it, we don't get it, and it's okay. But then yeah, if we miss it, we miss it. We don't take a trade. We don't take a trade. Move that over. So we immediately out the gate hit consequent encroachment and is running for the buy side liquidity up here. Right off out of the 1 minute. So, well, what do you see? Well, we wicked down. We just tagged the buy side liquidity we just mapped out. We wicked into the SIBI, staying above consequent encroachment. Again, if we just run straight out the gate, I'm okay with it. Live the trade another day. So we wicked into this 928, left it while staying above consequent encroachment of the opening range gap. Wicked into it, stayed right above it, open, close, wick down, open, close. And now we're running so far to the buy side liquidity we have mapped out. And again, if it runs without me, it runs without me. Wouldn't be the first time it ran without me. But like I said, I want to work on being a little more patient, holding till targets, and seeing if we can get what we initially thought we can, initially what we were looking for. Right to consequent encroachment, just like we were looking for. But again, I did not see this. So we'll measure from there to there. That would have been the initial move. We're in between. We're right at the 70. So if I was to take that right there, we want to see it exit at the 70. So that would have been here. And we've already doubled it. So like I said, we want to see what lays over this. What kind of retracement do we get, if any? Because it looked like she's a runner. She's a track star. So we immediately responded at consequent encroachment on the 1 minute. That's what the 15-minute chart looks like. And like I said before, I've had a hard time like entering at the open because I've had times in the past where I'll enter down here, but it won't get me into here. And then I want to exit here, but it'll let me get out up here. So that's why I'm in no rush, no hurry to get there. So we just ran one buy side liquidity, we ran two. We stopped the consequent encroachment of this daily civvy. We did not get to this one. Looks like we may. And then we have what is this? We have a civvy up here that hasn't been visited. So I said I'm looking for longs to see what we do after we run these. Again, it may not be anything. Could I have entered off of this? Yes, of course. But discount premium, we're already at a premium. Ideally, I would like to see come back down into a premium to go higher. But it all depends on how we operate within this daily civvy. That pink box is this right here on the daily. And then you see we're creating another BISY right in here. And we can just go back and forth like we have been. And if we don't take a trade, we don't take a trade. Weekly. So as of right now, we're sitting low to high. And then we got inefficiencies down here. And that's a weekly chart. Monthly, same thing. Got inefficiency here forming, and we have one here forming. And that may be fall time move, but we'll see. So we hit that daily civvy and then wicked off of it. 15-minute chart. Got 5 minutes left in this 15-minute chart. We immediately left the opening range gap. So as of right now, I would want to see something return back into this opening range gap since we immediately came up and ran all the buy side liquidities. And it looks like we tagged that one. We got really close, like extremely close. Like really, really close. Let's see, the high of this candle is 30.26400. And we did not tag that. We missed it by 0.25. So I wonder if I did trade it, if it would have stopped me out, or if it would have been one of those ones, or not stopped me out, if it would have let me have that target profit. It's interesting. So now we're going to see, well, where's the most recent low? We have a New York low down here. We have Asian low. And we have the New York lunch low from, what's that, Tuesday? Oh, yeah, duh. From Monday. So as it sits, What I would want to see is it come and get these relative equal lows down here, and then maybe the Asian low. Only because we have not got above this daily civvy, but we're also leaving busies. So we're left this, traded to it, came back down, and now we're up above it again. But like I've stated before, I would like to be below the 50. So quarters. And then we're going to work on holding since it ran right to those targets this morning that we were looking for. Now I'm looking for sell side liquidity because we're up at a premium, and it's like, well, what's down below at the discount? We have a discount array. We have sell side liquidity. We have the Asian low down here. Take that off. That would have been, I guess, if I was paying attention, if I wanted to take a trade early, right before the open, it would have been this right here. 1, 2, 3, stop loss down here to see if we can get to 1, 2, 3. Like I said, I'm not sure if we would have been able to get out of this because technically this is at 32.6, 36.4 and a quarter. And the high of this one is, you look up here, the high of this one was 32.600 even. So I'm not sure if that would have triggered my target and it would have closed a trade. So one hour. Yeah, I'm not so sure if that would have hit that. The high of this. Yeah, I don't know. And so now you see the only inefficiency on the hourly is this right here. And we did not get up to it. Like I said, we have relative equal lows at the 29, 157.5. And like I said before, if we don't take a trade, we don't take a trade. And then I'm going to take these buy side liquidities off since we ran those already. And then we got to be paying attention to our higher time frame, which hasn't really printed anything yet. We're still oh, there we go, 15 seconds. So 1 minute, we're wicking into this daily civvy. While on a higher time frame, creating so far a 15-minute BISI. So if we're going to go higher, I would like to see it wick into this and springboard it higher. I said we got this right here, which is, we'll map that, buy side liquidity, singular high, and then we have this inefficiency up here. So I want to wait and see what we do in this 15-minute BISI. Do we stay above it, wick up into it, and go higher? Then we'll go for longs. We close over it, stay below it, then we'll go for shorts or something down here. And we're trading in between this low, which I mean, I guess I could put this there, this low and this high, but I'm going to go with the sessions low and high. So this low to this high, that's what we're trading in between. Like I said, if I want to go long, I want to see something retrace below the 50. Higher time frame looks like this. So right at the gate, we've just been going up, 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 and now something we're golden. Yeah, we're gonna work on holding. Because I'm not saying I'm upset about yesterday. So I did take something out. I did get my loss back and then some, but my initial target was hit. And obviously, if I'm targeting it, that's what I want to go for. So maybe I'll limit myself to 3 trades. It's been just 2, and that's been working out fine. But obviously, you want to see what you mapped out hit and be part of it. But that's a part of growing into this space of being a trader. Things will run without you, and you got to be okay with it. We did not get below the 50. It was right at it, or I guess not right at it, but pretty close. So my next, if we go long, next target would be this up here, the 34.1550. But again, like I said, since we've been running all these highs, we did not get to this buy side liquidity. We got extremely close. As it sits, I would like to see it come down here. And then maybe the Asian low again like it did yesterday and go higher. So we're at a premium. See if we get an entry into or a premium SIBI left open to get down to a discount BISI. Then my first discount BISI or discount array would be this one down here. Since we ran all the buy side liquidities, I would be looking for shorts. But it'd have to give me an entry at the top half. So up here, before we even thought about coming down here, take that off because we did not take that. We got 9 minutes left in the 15-minute candle. And I do like how we're staying below this daily SIBI. It's one thing I do like. And we have not laid anything over it. All right, we just tagged it. And again, she runs without me. She runs without me. And it is what it is. Just lets me know that if we are looking for buy side, Down here, I have to be ready because that was my entry to take all those buy side liquidities, which I was not ready for. And like I said, if she decides to run without us, that's got to be okay because we're not chasing price. Just let it come to us. And maybe next time I'll map out before market opens my sell size and buy sides above and below where we're trading at. Like I said, I didn't see that until after she started running, or it started running. She, as if it has a gender, or I guess what we call a gender. One day we're laying over it. Like I said, if we get a green candle to lay over this today, I will definitely continue looking for longs up in here. But we got 7 hours left. 7 hours and 6 minutes. But we can also just do the back and forth like we have been doing. And then on the daily, from low to high, OTE, as that sits, that's telling me higher prices. When, I'm not sure, but as it sits, same thing I would do in the lower time frame, you can do on the higher time frame. And well, it's like, well, why are you going from low to high? Well, this is the low, this is the high. The market has not came back to take this high, and we've just been moving up. A lot of information. A lot of information. You can't use it all at once. Like you cannot. So we're gonna take this off since we ran those buy side liquidities. We'll wait for this range to form. Like I said, I want to see how we operate within this 15-minute. Yesterday, we created a 15-minute at 10:45, wicked back into it at 11:15, and took off. I'm not gonna say took off, ran to the buy side liquidity that I was waiting on and what I was looking for. So one other thing that I do see, take this off for a second, is we trade through candles or through inefficiencies and gaps. Stayed above consequent encroachment as of 10:15 p.m. Never got back down to it. So yeah, we're gonna be looking for longs today. Like I said, we could have entered here, but I want to be a little more patient than I have been. And in order to practice that, we have to sit through it and take in information. So what I would like to see is a return down into here somewhere. To get it higher. But again, we may not even get that. We were in consolidation. We had low to high. So even that was right at the 79. So we'd want to see if we can get up to 79. But again, like I said, if we missed it, we missed it. Live to trade another day. And I have to be okay with it. I have to be okay with it. Don't want to chase price. We don't want to blow up any accounts. Just be patient and take in whatever information the market is giving you. So we could have been in here busy, stayed above it to go higher. But then 1, 2, 3, stop loss. I would have been stopped out. But we'd have to encompass this. So it would have been here to there as a stop loss. We left the opening range gap, have not returned back to it. 958. And we are running right to the buy side liquidities that we were looking for. Running right to them. So at least I got that right. Was I part of it? No. That's just coming with, spending more time with this and basically trusting myself. That's it. And I guess one of my issues is, trading at the opening bell because, I have previously burned myself trying to do that. Or I wouldn't even say burned myself. I have previously not got the entries and exits that I wanted. But I mean, like I said, it was there. I see it in hindsight for sure. For sure. Try not to close the screen too early. To see if we can get a retracement down into that 15-minute. If not, so be it. That's what higher time frame looks like so far. Man, I wish I could show both screens. Not sure how to do that. Or if I can do that. And we'll go back down to the 1 minute. So as it sits right now, I need more candles. Since we've been going up, I have to go from low to high. I like that better. It's less information. Always want to move your fib in the drop it at the most recent low and move it in the direction that it's trading. So I guess it would be this, because we're trading between this low and this high, but I want the session low and session high. So premium to a discount, my discount array would be this right here, and then this down here. But again, as it sits, we're looking for longs. And again, if we don't get anything, we don't get anything, and that's okay. It has to be okay, because we don't want to chase anything. Just let it come to you. Groovy, baby. Yeah. Just let it do what it's going to do. Just like I stated, if I wanted to be long in here, I wanted this down here. 928, right before she opened. We just see ya. And we'll grow into that. We'll grow into that. One thing I will do, I'll screenshot this. I'll journal it digitally, and I'll write it in my notebook with the date and what happened. In fact, let me go and do that now. So Fairway Gap at 9:25 a.m. What's that? 9:05 a.m. Trying to type with one hand. Let's create it. Market. Then wick and 2. Oh my goodness. And 2. While staying above consequent encroachment. And never closing below, then ran for Buyside liquidity resting above. That's how I go ahead and journal that. And then what I will do is I'll mark the Buyside liquidities back, so I have some sort of reference of what I was talking about. So we have that one. else? We have that one. We also had this one. And then when I close the screen, I'll actually go and write the same thing in my physical journal. And then we'll take a screenshot. Make sure it's nice and clear. I can read it. And then I'm going to take this off. So February gap at 9:25 a.m. was created. That's this right here. Market then wicked into it while staying above consequent encroachment and never closing below. Then ran for the buy side. Liquidity resting above. I mapped out. Period. And then we'll go ahead and screenshot. Boom. And we got that information to look back onto when we need to. And I'll go and take all this stuff off. And I would say that information is more valuable than actually being in it and not knowing. So, like I said, we ran all the buy side liquidities we have mapped besides this one at 30, 415.50. 1 hour. And that's this high right here. So we close all of this. Have not got to liquidity up here. On the hourly, we're pretty efficient until we get up into here, and the only thing left open is this to that. That's the only thing left open on the hourly chart. And I guess if you want to be real precise and technical, that to that is still open. Four-hour, only thing left open is this to this. And technically, we close that. So technically, that's closed. Only thing left open is this up here. So what I'm waiting to see is, what do we do in this? This BISI right here we created. We go down, wick into it. If we stay above consequent encroachment, I want to see us get up here somewhere. Because we closed this daily SIBI. And if a green candle lays over it, I want to see it continue to go higher. Man, we ran right to that. Literally right to it. So the higher time frame is the drawn price. So just looking at this morning, I should have been looking at longs to get us up in here, which we were. I wanted to see consequent encroachment, but I did not trade it. I didn't see an entry until afterwards, and that is okay. Like I said, I screenshotted it. I have a whole external drive full of charts, like full of charts. When I'm having a bad week or a couple bad trades in a row, I'll go through and look and see, what was working best, what made the most sense, when did I change, why did I change, and all that stuff. And usually when I do, I guess not bad, or when I have a bad week, it's usually because I'm not paying attention to something, or I'm paying too much attention to the smaller time frame versus the higher time frame. In one of my videos before, that was one of the lessons, is pay attention to your higher time frame flow. The lower time frame will show you your entries all day long, but if that doesn't align with the higher time frame, then you shouldn't be going against the higher time frame. Or let me rephrase that. If the lower time frame is showing you something otherwise than what the higher time frame is doing, I wouldn't do what the lower time frame is showing you. Always go with your higher time frame. So right now, if I was to take a short, it'd be kind of silly because what are we doing on the higher time frame? We're going up unless it was a short to retrace down into here. But again, we've been going up thus far. So if I was the short, it'd be to the top half of this, hoping that it would retrace and continue to go higher. And that is this 15-minute BISI. And that's this right here, 15-minute. And actually, I'm going to take a look at the new week opening gap and see if that's pulling us up. Let's exit that. Let's take that off. Oh yeah. So our new week opening gap, and that's that gap is the close of Friday session and the open of Sunday session. Trading in between them is a means for consolidation. So it's a whole lot of back and forth. If you are above it and there's nothing above it, you want to see it return it. If you're below it, so if the market was down here, I would want to see a return up into it. So we're in between two new week opening gaps. And as you see, we've been consolidating back and forth. So yeah, I want to see what happens and if we can return back into here. 15-minute BISI. Buy side, sell side imbalance. Again, if we can return back into it. But we're at the top half of that daily SIBI. We left a fair value gap at the consequent encroachment, or part of consequent encroachment is in this 1 minute SIBI. So again, if I was to take a short anywhere, excuse me, it would see if we can get down to this low down in here. That would be the first one. And since we got somewhat of a high, what I'm gonna do is, again, we've been going up. We're gonna map that out from low to high. Back down to 1 minute. So premium discount. We have a discount low. We got a little inefficiency in here, and then we have another discount array in here. And out of all the stuff that's happened this morning, I would wanted to be a part of that buy side liquidity run, but obviously we were not. But like I said, we screenshotted it. I have the information. We'll go back eventually and go through all my charts. Like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot. I had to get an external hard drive because my computer couldn't take as much as it is. I literally have all the charts from when I started trading up until now. Anything that was of value to me, or I thought that was of value to me. And that may have been the move for today. Do I want to see that be the move today? I would like to take a trade, of course. Of course. Like I said yesterday, I love this. I absolutely love it. First, it was kind of obsession. Now it's like, oh, whatever. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then, yeah, I have other things to do today. So I was hoping I can get one clean move, let it run, and see if we can get to one of the buy side liquidities we mapped out. But like I said, she opened up and said, "See ya. If you're not ready, I'm leaving. Bye bye." So premium to discount, anything above the 50 is a premium, anything below is a discount. And you could go be at a premium and go to a higher premium. It's one of the things I had learned the hard way. Just because it's at a premium doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue to go to a discount. And that's why it's important, again, to pay attention to your higher time frame. So just because it's up here at a premium doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go back down to a discount. You have to wait for it to show you. And then what are you looking for when it decides to do that? Well, I want to see SIBIs left open or visit consequent encroachment and go lower. So right now, do I see any SIBIs that says, hey, we're turning and we would like to go lower? No. So I would assume that it's going to continue to go higher. How high? I don't know. Let's see. We left a Bissy here. Trade it down. Wicks do the damage. Bodies tell the story. So Bissy. Trade it down. Closed below it. Open, close, and immediately went up. Stayed above consequent encroachment. So I would definitely be looking for something higher. But again, for me, it's already at a premium. So I would want to see something go discount. Because that just, I guess, makes sense in my brain and how I see the market. But again, when? I don't know. We'll wait for our SIBIs to appear and then, go from there. Then our first target would have to be this low or even at, so let me rephrase that. Our first target would have to be the 50. Because last week I wanted to see something below the 50, a discount array hit, and we never got to it. We literally went down to the 50 exactly and then went to go higher. So if I was taking short, my first target would have to be the 50. And then from there, depending on if it wicked into my higher time frame. So if it wicked, so basically what I'm saying is we get a SIBI up in here, which is a down close candle. It stay below consequent encroachment. Instead of seeing if we can get to this, my higher time frame discount array, it would have to, I would want to see it go to the 50 first. So if I go short, my first target has to be the 50. And then depending on what it does inside this 15-minute BISI, buy side, sell side imbalance, meaning sell side has not been delivered. It's an imbalance. Depending on if it wicks, if it closes over, if it gets the consequent encroachment and takes off, then it's like, okay, well, we wicked into this, we visited it, and showing no signs of going any lower. Like I said, we have not got a SIBI to even think about that. And it is the end of the month. Tomorrow is July 1st. So, like I said, that could be the move for the day. And I would imagine, um, a lot of people are going away for the holidays. So, do I expect anything crazy? No. Would I like to see it get down to the 50? Of course. But like I said, would it be in the end of the month? And us having, and I'm pretty sure we get we got Fed Chairman Warsh speaking. So we get a mixture of high impact and medium news. And then Thursday, non-farm employment change. So if anything, my last trading day will be Thursday. That'd be the last day I do anything. And then we'll go into next week. FMLC, we'll wait until news is delivered. And Friday is nothing. CPI on Tuesday. Fed Chairman Wash testifies on Tuesday. So I could see that being a good trading day. But obviously, we have to wait till news is delivered. We don't trade before the news. And like I said, we have, see if we tag that high. Boom. Buyside liquidity was ran. So literally, all I did was miss my entries. I missed this one. Let me take that off. And that's okay. So again, I'd rather taking the information than being a questionable trade. That never got back below the 50, so it's literally right at it. So again, like I said, I'm okay with what happened this morning. Full of information, full of things I can look back on. As of right now, do I feel any disappointment of not taking a trade? No, not at all. Not at all. Would I have liked to be part of this? Of course. Of course I would have. But you can't be part of everything. And like I stated before, I'd rather have the information and look back upon versus taking something that wasn't my entry. It wasn't what I was looking for. It's not what I would normally do. But again, now I see, well, before the market opens, what do you need to do? Well, I need to map out my inefficiencies below where we're trading at and above where we're trading at, and pay attention of how the market responds, enters, and exits those inefficiencies. Because that was a go. Like that was a saying, hey, let's get it. But like I said, I was not paying attention to that. I believe when that happened, I was going through my monthly, weekly, and daily charts, which I'll just be at the charts just a little earlier than normal. Ooh, excuse me. And like I said before, I'd rather not be in it than take something that isn't what we normally do. So that would have been an awesome trade. Literally right to every single buy side liquidity that was mapped out. And again, that just lets me know, like, dude, get your entry and let it go, and you're fine. Like, get your entry, let it go, and you're fine. Like, that's it. No need to get worked up. No need for any of that. That would have been a solid entry. Stop loss would have been pretty damn tight. So again, we're entering off a fair value at 1, 2, 3. Stop loss will have to go below this. And as you see, we never returned to it. We ran for every buy side liquidity is mapped out. So that one, this one, and now we're hitting the one that we mapped out as well. So again, I'd rather have the information. Namusans. Way rather have the information. Beautiful. Like absolutely beautiful. Little old me, huh? Like look at that. Like look at that, man. Literally ran every single one. Like I said yesterday, man. Thank you, ICT, man. Thank you. Like for real. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Man. And honestly, I might not trade tomorrow. I may come back Thursday, see if we can get anything, and then just call it a week. So yesterday we took a loss, got back our loss, and then some. Start next week out nice and smooth. Knowing when to quit, knowing when to turn off the machine. Previously, that was I knew going into this that would be my hardest, that would be my pitfall. Like knowing when to stop, like knowing when to say, okay, dude, it's enough. Like it's enough because you see this, you're like, oh, this is awesome. I could do this all day, every day. But time is the most valuable currency. Time, how you spend it and what you do with it. And I guess who you spend it with as well. So we'll wait and we'll see. We literally ran every buy side liquidity. Like I said, if I was to go short, I would need a SIBI to get me down into, oh, excuse me, get me down into something below the 50. But like I said, I don't see that right now. The only thing I would like to see is some sort of retracement into here. And maybe even down into here to continue to go higher. So that's another 15-minute. It's another 15-minute BISI. And honestly, I would like to see it close over that wick into this and just continue to go up. 15-minute BISI. And only because we have been running all the buy sides. So the next one, we have inefficiency in here, 15-minute SIBI. We have liquidity, and then we also have liquidity here. So I'm going to map out this one. This is the Asian high from yesterday at 8:30 p.m. And some would say, well, why aren't you entering these trades? Well, it's outside my parameters. Like I said, for me to enter, I would want to see it go back down to a discount because we're at a premium. When you buy something, do you want to buy it at the highest price or do you want to get it at the lowest price possible? Me personally, I want to get it at the lowest price possible. So that is your premium, that is your discount. So I would like to see it get 50% off so I can earn some money on the way back up. And whether or not that happens, whether or not we get that today, that is the question. And like I said, I don't see anything that says, hey, we're going to go short right now. I don't see nothing that says, hey, go short. Yeah, we're just still running up. Excuse me. We have closed this daily. Sibby ran this buy side. My next one is here. Next one is there. Got a little busy forming here, but this candle hasn't closed. Man, this would be the first tradeless stream. And I'm okay with it. I'm A-okay with it. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. If not, it'll help me in the future and it'll help my children. Or our first tradeless recording. See if we got anything. 10:34 is the time we have right now. Again, we ran the buy side liquidity. We ran everyone. We're still going up. So this may be a little longer than normal. So I want to see again if we can get back down to a discount. Got 9 minutes in this 15-minute candle. Hurt my big toe. Definitely stretch my legs. So we got 8 minutes left into this prince. Eight mementos. I said I wanted to be a little more patient than I was yesterday. Let's take a look at the bar chart. Exit. Um, that's funny. I'll get into that eventually. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Holla, 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 holla. Not now. Not now, sucker. Um, that's a little strange. Where's currencies, financial indices, S&P mini 500, Nasdaq 100. Oh wait, what? That's not what I want. Stop it. Nasdaq 100. That's not what. Yeah, duh. Where's the micros? S&P micro, Nasdaq. So I got a lot of volume, but not a whole lot of open interest. Go away. What is that? What's the difference? Where's the information for the micro? M N Q U 2026. Oh, it's not what I want there, buddy. Anyhow, that's gonna bother me now. Indices, Nasdaq E100. S&P, Nasdaq Micro. That's not the symbol I'm trading though. in. So why can't I get the information on the micro? Are we not? What happened there? So we got the Nasdaq 100 E-mini, S&P Nasdaq Micro. That is not the symbol I'm trading. I got MNQU. So what is it? NM. That's interesting. So I wonder what changed there. You used to be able to just type that in and then you got your information, but that's, huh. So what happens if I do just NQU? NQU. 2026. So it comes up the same information. So what's the micro and the Nasdaq the same thing now? Like what the heck? That's interesting. When did that happen? It's very interesting. But yeah, let's not do that right now. Let's not do that right now. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. So now we're going from low to high. Said we're going to see something at the 50. if we decide to take a trade, but we're creeping up on my time. 10:46, 15 minutes until 11 o'clock. I usually close it about then. But we'll wait until 11 and see. Excuse me. Make sure our mic is not dead. So that happens a lot to me. I'll just be talking to myself. So we're at a premium. If we were to go short, I would like to see it get down to the 50, down to below the 50, but obviously the first target has to be the 50. So that would be either we want to see it get below or at the 50. So premium to the 50 or below the discount. Like I said, we're creeping up on my time. Usually run from opening bell to about 11 o'clock, sometimes 11:30. But like I said yesterday, we definitely let me see. 1, 2, 3. It have to be a high up here to get down to the 50. And I don't want to enter there. Let's see if we can tap this one more time. But again, that would be going against excuse me, the flow. But if we were, it had to be this. But like I said, it's 10:49. It's definitely creeping up outside the scope of where we would normally trade. Let me see. So I could put a stop loss like right there if I was to take that. So that's a SIBI left open. But again, we have been just going up. 15-minute. This is what I was marking in. I don't necessarily want to go against the trend that has been set and what we have been doing, so I'm not going to enter anything. Let's see, we ain't gonna do anything with that. So this would have to be the first target if we were to go short. But yeah, no. So created the SIBI. Buy side delivered. Now we're sell side. Stand below consequent encroachment. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Hmm. And then it becomes safety or growth. Hmm. Okay, so that was my entry to go short. Target this 50. And you know what? We just gonna watch. If we can get another same thing that just happened here, up above here, and then we'll take it. But as of right now, we're just gonna watch. Oh, excuse me. Because we would have to target the 50. And look at that. We would have been okay. Or so it seems. Okay. And then I could take it here, but I don't necessarily want to open up that much of a risk. That's exactly what we've been waiting on, but I did not take it. We have a low here. We have another low here, and the 50 is resting there. SIBI's unfilled, SIBI left open. So I should have taken this, but should have, could have, would have. We're still above the 50. We never got the consequent encroachment of that candle. So what I just dropped a fib on was this wick right here. We never got back above consequent encroachment. And then what do you see resting above? Got another SIBI. But we just ran this low right here. So like I said, I wanted to see if we can get down below into here, but we ran this one. So we have that one we wicked into almost. That one. 1, 2, 3. And we're creeping up on 11 o'clock anyway. Oh yeah, that would have been nice. But again, shoulda, coulda, woulda. And why I'm hesitant with taking this short is because I wanted the longs this morning. Definitely wanted the longs this morning. Wasn't really looking for a short. So that's why I'm hesitant with even pressing a button right now. But is it mapping out the way I would want it to get down to the 50? Yes, it is. But again, I'm hesitant because of what I wanted to see this happen, or what happened this morning, which I wasn't part of. So in my eyes, this is a retracement down into either this one or that one. Again, I'm okay with the tradeless day. I'm a-okay with the tradeless day. Excuse me. And we'll just watch and wait and see if we can get down below the 50. And again, that means my analysis and what I was looking for was correct if we can get down there. But we just ran this sell side. We just ran nope, we did not run this one yet. But it all determines what I do, or if I choose to do anything, how we operate within my higher time frame, BISI, which is this one right here. We may not even need to get down to this one. Would I would like it to? Yes, of course. But again, like I said, I was focused on longs this morning, and I was not part of that. Witnessed it, documented it, but was not part of it. I mean, I guess in spirit, I was part of it. So it's like, well, what just happened? Well, we just ran a sell side liquidity here. We did not get to this one yet, if at all. Higher time frame. Again, normally I would be getting ready to close the trade or close the chart, but I want to see if we can get down to that 50. And what do we do? How do we operate in here? And I really don't want to be sitting here all day. So ran the sell side, did not get to this sell side. We're creating. Let me take these off. Oh no, I'll leave them. Creating a SIBI. 13 minutes left. So from here down to this sell side, since this is the lowest little wick here, I would have marked consequent encroachment. How do we respond? Were we wicked? And then immediately went back up. So again, that is me sticking to my higher time frame. analysis or higher time frame chart because we've been going up. If we've been going up, anything going down in my eyes is a retracement to continue to go higher. Did we get below the 50? No. Did we even tag the 15-minute busy? No. Can we still get to that 50? Yes, I believe so. Is that something I want to be a part of? No. Like I said, 9:30 to 11. That is my hours of operation. Uh, anything out of scope as that is kind of foreign to me. I guess you could say I may extend it until noon, but see, we've been recording for hour 42 already. So 15-minute. I'm working on closing this right here. Like I stated in the beginning of the video, my initial moves was looking for longs. Hindsight, I see this down here. For me, that was the only thing that I would have taken. Just discount to get up to a premium. And we ran all the premium liquidities, the buy side liquidities resting above. So normally I would go ahead and close this. But we'll just sit and wait and watch. Normally we would sit and wait and watch. Okay, yeah, and I screenshotted that one, so. And we're creeping up on, I guess we're at 11:05 New York time. So now I'm asking myself, well, entering this, would that even been worth the trade? I mean, yeah, we would have got here. And then we got consequent encroachment of this Edwick right here. Never got to the 15-minute higher time frame inefficiency. Got close, but didn't get to it. And the higher time frame shows closing this right here. Back into this 1 minute civvy. Got this one resting above. Man, I'm getting tired. We got that one resting above. So we're trading in between this low, this high. I got discount raise, but we're wicking through that. And I'm sticking to my initial bias. I wanted to see longs, and that's another reason why I did not partake in the short. It would have been nice, cool to take something out, but I think it's way better to stick to my initial bias. Like I said yesterday, showed me that whatever bias you come up with first, stick to that. Like literally stick to that. Yeah, we got 20 minutes. We'll hold for 20 more minutes and see. Hold for 20 more momentos. Like I said, if we don't get anything, and like I said, 11 o'clock is normally around 11 o'clock is when I say, I'm done. So we'll see. So retracement down into here. Wicked in the consequent encroachment of this one right here. Never get into the 15-minute BISI. Never get into consequent encroachment. So if I was to go short, I wanted to see the 50% hit. And like I said, we never even got close. Never got past the 15-minute BISI, resting right there. Let's go up to the hour. So retracement, as I see it, to go higher. And nothing I'm saying is absolute. This is just how I see the market, how I interpret it. Every story can be interpreted different. Wicking into those SIBIs on the 1 minute while closing this gap right here on the 15-minute. Got 5 minutes left in a 15-minute candle. 1 minute. And I'm going to drop the fib. I guess I can show you what I'm dropping the fib on. So my higher time frame, I'm going to drop the fib on this wick right here. Because wicks are gaps. And then obviously, if we're going to go short, I'd like to see it stay below that. Create some sort of SIBI to continue to go lower. And then maybe target the 50. But then again, like I stated before, my higher time frame analysis, or I wanted to see shorts or longs, I'm sorry, this morning. But I am out of the scope of my time, of my hours of operation. It's normally 9:30 to 11. I may start extending it until noon, until lunch. And then I'm going to draw this out. That did not work out how I wanted it to. Let's see. I'll get rid of that. So we're still above the 50. Yeah, I think 11:30. We'll go ahead and close this. And I'll go about my day. Tired, man. That's why it's important to stick to your initial bias. And then you would say, well, why didn't you go long? Well, like I stated before, this is a premium. I wanted to get it at the lowest price possible. So high to low, anything below the 50 is a discount. And we didn't get that. So that's why I did not enter go long. And that's why I was kind of looking for a short. But again, we never got a SIBI to get down below the 50. We got one here, we got one there, and all it did was run to this sell site here, stopped at consequent encroachment. Let's see, let's map that out. Literally, no, wrong screen. Sorry, bear with me. Stopped at consequent encroachment of there. Didn't even get below that. And then on the higher time frame, again, hindsight, looking at this, I also could have just measured this wick because that's the most down closed candle, or that's the, other than this, I know there's gaps in there. So we could have took it there to go up higher, but said I want something at a discount so I could sell it at a higher premium. I don't want to be at a premium trying to sell it at a premium. You know, that just doesn't make sense. But we'll wait 15 minutes, see what we get. Like I said, if we, I'm not, you know, there's no if. This will be first tradeless recording where we didn't take anything. And I'm okay because that means one, I didn't go against my initial analysis. I wanted to see Buyside ran. I never really got an entry that, I mean, I guess I liked per se. Hindsight is a mofo. This was below the 50, so that's a discount. We could have took that one to see if we can get up into here, which again, I'm okay with. My initial one that I really, really wanted, and now I see this, was this. Let me take this off. So premium or discount premium, anything below the 50 is discount. So we have this one right here. We could have taken. We had this one right here we could have taken. So then if we entered here, 1, 2, 3, stop loss had to be low here. I would have did halfway of this wick right here to see if we can run the buy side. But again, I'm okay with it. Would I have liked to take something out? Of course, I can't lie and say I wouldn't have. But information. That is key. That is key. The thing with that is we would have been trading in between. Set up. Let me move this over here. We would have been trading in between this high and this low anyway. So that wouldn't have been below the 50. Still not below the 50. It didn't become below the 50 until we made this high. So, I mean, technically, it wasn't even an entry for me, but as it sits, seeing it right now, yeah, sure, because that's the high and that's the low. So my initial entry should have been this down here, because again, we were trading from this low to this high before this was created. So it would have been this to that. We have one left open below the 50 where we never returned to. So, I mean, we could have taken this one because it's left open. 1, 2, 3, stop loss at the consequent encroachment of the opening range gap. Because again, that's left open. Then we made this high, nothing. Then we made this high, never returned back below the 50 after we made this high, and now we're trading up here. So now we're trading in between we'll mark which way are we going. Let me see. So we've been going down according to the 1 minute. That's a lot of information. It really is. If you spend enough time, it'll start making sense. So yeah, I'm cool. I'm okay. Tradeless day, and I'm okay with it because we ran my initial bias. We ran all the buy side liquidity we were looking for. Did I go against that and trade a short? No, I did not. And again, like I said, I'm okay with that. Someone may look at this and say, "Well, you could have did this, you could have did that." Well, that's not how I want to operate, and that's not how I gonna operate. I want my initial bias, and it was literally to run all the buy side liquidity. 1, 2. So we ran this one, that one, that one, and ran this one. That's literally what I was looking for this morning. Did I partake in it? No. Was I there in spirit? Of course. Did I gather information from it? Yes, I did. Before the opening bell, map out your inefficiencies above and below where you're trading and pay attention to how you trade within those inefficiencies. This one down here at 9:28, 2 minutes before the opening bell, we wicked into it and never returned, while also staying above consequent encroachment of the opening range gap, and we took off. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this recording. Safe trading. Um, Not sure if I'm going to trade tomorrow. Make sure you keep those accounts safe. Take your time. Give yourself grace. Love your mama. Love your daddy. Love your neighbor. Love your sister. Love your brother. And I holla. Peace.